I don't believe that black people deserve a voice on social media. I saw a story that African Stream has been taken off the air and is closing down, rather. They've announced that they're closing down and it's going to be over for them. As you know, I talked about the fact that African Stream was deplatformed last year after Secretary of State or US government official of the Biden administration accused African Stream of working for Russia. Now, African Stream is a social media Pan-African news network that puts out stories from the perspective of Africans. You know, stories that are not being covered by the mainstream networks, giving it from a perspective that is decidedly Pan-African. African Stream announced that they no longer have the means to finance themselves and to make money, so they were going off the air. Now, let me tell you this. Good. And I say good not because I'm happy that they're going off the air. I say good because this should be a lesson to black people that you don't deserve anything. There is no such thing as deserve. Let us analyze what deserve actually means. Deserve means that you do something and you get back the reciprocal result or reward for the effort that you put in. I'm going to ask you a question. Who decides that? Who decides what to reward somebody for the effort that they put in? He who controls the game decides if you're going to get the reciprocal reward for the effort that you put in. Okay? So, as far as I'm concerned, if you do not own Twitter, you don't own Facebook, Meta, Instagram, WhatsApp, YouTube, you don't deserve anything. You get what they give you, and you say thank you for it. If they allow you to be on their platforms, to make money and to get monetized, be grateful for it because they don't owe you anything. Because in this world, the world that we're living in today, there is no justice. Because if there was justice, Africa wouldn't be suffering. Black people in America wouldn't have been enslaved. They wouldn't have suffered and continue to suffer the way they're suffering. A lot of things would not be going on in the world. Nothing's fair. The only thing that matters in this planet is what you can take and then what you can keep. Because after you've taken it, you have to have the means to keep it. The biggest bamboozle that has ever been played is to make you think that you deserve anything. That's the reason why you keep fighting. Fighting people who are going to give. Are they God? God is the only entity, however you view God, that can decide if you deserve something purely on the merits of what you did. No man has the power to do that. Men have the power to give you something based on what they control. So if you decide in your infinite wisdom, black and African people, that you are going to go and play in the house, somebody else's house, and then you think you're going to tell them how to operate and what food to give you when they see fit, you're crazy. I said it. I said, you're crazy. When I saw African Stream go down, I said, okay. All the time that should have been spent forming your own website, building your own network, and your own revenue streams, you're relying on these folks? How are you going to go to another man's house to abuse another man while eating in his house? How are you going to do that? And you think he won't kick you out? He doesn't have to show you evidence because it's his house. We're the fools for going into another man's house and thinking that you're going to be using his food to sustain yourself, sleeping in his bedrooms, and at the same time, you're going to be chastising the owner of the house. Listen, man, people are going to learn the hard way. You don't want to learn the easy way, you're going to learn the hard way. I'm telling you this, right? The concept of deserving something is the reason why we are locked into the position that we're in as black folks. When you get it through your minds that it doesn't matter, your entire concept of being deserving of anything is based on somebody else's rules. If you go to a court of law to say, this is what I deserve, who made those laws? Did you? Did you? If you say it's just based on God and Christianity and what is right and wrong, who says they believe in your God? Who says that? Are you sure? Are you sure it's the same God you believe in? And if you say that your God is right and theirs is wrong, then you're going to have to fight to take what you believe you deserve, because they do not have to believe in your God. I'm telling you right now. So the video that you're watching right now, what I said stands. Black people do not deserve a voice on social media, because nobody deserves a voice on social media except the people who made the social media you're on, because it's theirs. So if you have a voice on social media that you don't own, you are there by the virtue, or should I say, by the will of those who control it. These are the facts, whether you like it or not, and the facts don't care about your feelings. They don't. They don't care about your feelings. And you know you can't argue with anything I'm saying here. So anybody who had a problem with the title and said, what do you mean, brother? No, you don't. Because you've got to rethink what the term even means. So in my view, I'm very glad, not because I'm happy that these guys have gone off the air, but because I'm happy that it's going to force some real introspection. Because you see how I operate. I've been talking about my newsletter from the beginning for years. Those who want to move with me will move with me. I'm not relying on YouTube. My newsletter is linked in the description. Those who want to move with me will sign up to my newsletter. We'll have the emails, will be connected, because I'm not relying on anybody else's house. I will not be so stupid as to come onto YouTube or Instagram to be chastising guys willy-nilly without looking over my shoulder. I won't be that stupid. To then complain about the fact that those guys then kicked you out of the house is crazy to me. And this goes for the entire community. Everything you complain about, whether it's the Oscars, the Grammys, the Golden Globes, job opportunities in Fortune 500 companies, placement in universities, admissions, everything, this applies. You don't deserve anything. Because what does that even mean? It applies, the same concept, because you don't control it. Are they God? Because for you to say that and for you to believe it, that, oh, this is what we deserve and we demand that you give us what we deserve. Give you what you deserve. Give you, are they God? Only God gives. Men don't give, men take. They don't give anything. No man is going to give me anything when it comes to what I deserve. If he decides to allow me to have some benefits based on what he owns, we've got a deal. Because I know that he's getting something out of me in order for me to be getting something out of him or her. That's the way you've got to think about it. The moment that the deal stops being mutually beneficial, you're on slippery ground. The moment the deal stops being mutually beneficial, you're on slippery ground. Black people, listen to what I'm trying to tell you. You don't deserve anything. Okay? So I look at it and I'm like, this whole boy that was, oh, we want a voice, then take the voice. You know, you don't go marching for that. It's a God-given right. No man has the right to take your ability to speak. And if they have a platform, you build your own platforms, which is what I'm doing. Guys, listen, Everybody understands what my platform is about, what I've been talking about in terms of Africa and their diaspora. You know my philosophy is all about self-sufficiency and autonomy. You know I'm not somebody that spreads hatred, not somebody that says that we are superior to anybody inherently. I just want us to reclaim the glory that Africa once had and have the autonomy and self-sufficiency to move forward independently of anybody else. That's it. So I can be happy in my continent and my country, or amongst my people. That's it. It's not too much to ask. So all this business where people are crying over, I'm like, come on, people. There is no, what is that? I really do not understand how it is that complicated, because it isn't. Get that concept out of your minds about we deserve. Because when you say we deserve, it means somebody has the power to give. Nobody should have the power to give you what you know you should have. Nobody. If you feel you deserve something, you take it. Period. I know everybody who's listening to this are going to have thoughts. Feel free to go crazy in the comments. I know I'm going to get a lot of people who came into this video who are not even of the community, who probably saw the title and were like, ooh, goody, goody, goody. We've got a black person who supports our white supremacist, racist ideology. Well, obviously you've been disappointed, because that ain't where I was going with this. But you're still going to, because you guys are so in love with us, like I'm sure you're going to be in the comments and you're going to be posting the same old nonsense in the comments because you're in love. It's romance now. It's romance. And I'm going to make a video about that, because I actually genuinely believe that white supremacists and racists are actually in love with black people and Africans. So it's a romantic relationship. It's a one-way romance, but it is. Because I know that they're going to be in these comments. But everybody else who's serious and is actually here for good reason, please make sure that you think about what I've said, have an open mind, and understand the essence of it. That what I'm talking about now is actual freedom and autonomy. And the fact that nobody should have that power, because nobody deserves anything. You get what you take. Link to my newsletter is in the description. If you want to learn about Africa, learn about self-sufficiency, autonomy, the true history of Africa, past, present, and future, sign up to my newsletter.